Hi there, it's David Mourad here. It's the 31st of October. Just another recap of our runners over the last month, being October. Only had a handful of runners, but another good month, a couple of winners, so a few good results for the owners. Kick things off with Secret Agenda. After a good first up win in the Howe Stakes, which was a little bit disappointing in her second up run at Caulfield, but a few things didn't go her way. She jumped a bit awkwardly, got a couple of bumps and ended up out the back, much further back than we did hope. And look, she ran 6, made up some ground to run 6, beaten fourth. Beaten by 4 lengths to Shidell, who's won again since, so been a pretty good form race. Look, the track was a bit firm, and she didn't appreciate that, and it was a bit biased to the on-pace runners that day, so it wasn't as bad as it seems. So we're looking for a good improvement in her next run, which is actually tomorrow on Melbourne Cup Day, so it's pretty exciting for the owners in her. She's in race 9, over 1200 metres. Been a little bit of rain predicted down at Melbourne, so look, hopefully we can get as much rain there as we can. She is more effective on a softer track, so hopefully the track is a bit softer, and we should see a big improvement again, and if it is a wet track, she's going to be right in it. Vegas Strip for Mick Price. She had a great win first up, which was on Derby Day last Saturday at Traralgon. It was a good ride by the jockey Jake Noonan. She jumped from barrier 6. He did a good job of easing her to the front. She travelled well and she was strong to the line. She went on to win by 1 1/4 lengths. So it was a good first up run. Mick Price was happy with her. He's just going to keep her fresh and look to start her at Moonee Valley on the 26th of November. 1200 metres for the 3-year-olds. It is an $80,000 race, so it's look at a step up in grade, but she deserves it, and she's going well, so fingers crossed we're in for a good preparation with her. Beludi, another Mick Price runner. Look, he's come to the end of his preparation. It was a little bit disappointing, but as I said, he's had a few runs and he is at the end of it. Also, he has a bit of a sarcoid on one of his fetlocks. It's a little bit of a growth there that he's dealt with in the past and had removed. It's come back. He does need it removed again. So, it probably didn't affect him too much, but it is something that needs looking after. So he's had that removed, and he's gonna have a good spell and come back next year during the wetter seasons. Denman Flyer for Michael Costa. Oh gee, he's had no luck in getting the firm tracks that he needs, but he did run a really good second up race at Cowra on the 18th of October. Had another tough run, bit wide, and it was on a soft track, which is unsuitable, but he ran second and he was just beaten, so it was a really big effort for him. He just needs to draw a gate and have a firm track, and he's ready to run another good race and hopefully win soon. So he's actually headed up to the Gold Coast, Michael Costa Stables up there, and he's entered for Ipswich on the 3rd of November, so fingers crossed he draws a gate, and it's a firm track and we can see him run a good race. Sedanza for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. She's going really well, this filly. She's won her last 2 starts. First up, look, she ran a good honest race in a pretty hot form race, as it's turned out. At Rose Hill it was, against the likes of Sprite and a few others that have won again since and continue to win. So she's now won 2 since that race. On the 8th of October she won at Kembla Grange over 1400 metres. She had a wide run throughout without cover, but just proved too strong and won by 2.5 lengths there. And then on the 20th of October, straight into Class 1 grade. And it's always a little bit of a step up from a maiden to a Class 1, but she won well again. Settled further back than initially planned, and could have got into a bit of an awkward spot there, but managed to get the gap in the straight, and she made some ground late to win well. So she's a filly that's going really, really well. Gay and Adrian are very happy with her. They're going to give her a freshen up and aim her towards the Magic Millions on the Gold Coast in January. So obviously got some sort of an opinion of her, and exciting times ahead for the owners there. So looking forward to her. She's having a quick freshen up in the paddock, and we'll see her back soon. So that was it for the last month's runners, or October's runners I should say. 5 runners, 2 winners, and Sedan's obviously winning twice, so not a bad month for us. Last month's tip, which was Secret Agenda, as I mentioned, she had a few excuses for her poor performance, but hopefully tomorrow she can make up for that, and just needs to get away well and get a nice run in transit. Hopefully there's a bit of a softer track and she can run a good race again. But obviously, being Melbourne Cup tomorrow, I've got to try to find you a tip in that race. And look, although my track record for tipping a Melbourne Cup winner isn't the best, I do believe I've found one with a really good chance, and that's Oceanographer. Geez, he won well last Saturday on Derby Day. From last to first, he rattled home, and some of those sectionals that he pulled off were nearly as good as the sprinters on the day. Obviously had a good first up run in the Geelong Cup, ran 3rd flying home. He's taken that form to Derby Day where he won the Lexus Stakes, and if he can take that form into the Melbourne Cup again and pull those sectionals off, I think he's going to be very hard to beat. So my only concern is the quick backup from the Saturday to the Tuesday, but if he can come through his last run fine and go into that race well, then I think he's going to be a real chance. So look, have a great week, guys. Enjoy your Melbourne Cup Day tomorrow. Hope you back plenty of winners, and good luck to all of our owners with upcoming runners. Obviously Secret Agenda tomorrow, and yeah, all the best to you all, and we'll see you next month. Thanks, guys. Bye.